Are functional mushrooms just placebo? Very interesting question, something that we hear a lot. What is the placebo effect? That's the first thing we have to look at. Placebo effect is the effect of a positive desired response despite not having a physiological basis on the treatment that somebody's getting. So frequently this is a no treatment. For instance, if something's getting, IV injections, then it may just be sterile saline that they're getting. If it's tablets, it may just be, sugar tablets that they're getting. And that is used in blinding so that we can have an assessment statistically of whether or not there's a true effect. So that's what placebo effect is. And placebo effect is still an effect, even though it's not the effect from the medication or the supplement or whatever is being tested in that particular experiment. When we look at functional mushrooms and we look at the data, we are able to see for most of them there's a clear biological pathway, there's a clear physiological pathway that is being modified or in other ways engaged by the substances in those mushrooms. For instance, if you look at lion's mane, it's been quite well documented that actually is promoting the production and release of nerve growth factor. So that's not purely placebo, that's a biochemical change that's measurable. If you look at reishi or cordyceps, let's start with cordyceps. If you look at cordyceps, we can see that that actually inhibits the function of COX-2. So again, it's clearly affecting a specific physiological pathway. If we look at reishi, we see very, very clear that the compounds in the reishi mushroom interact in a measurable way specifically with the GABA pathways. If we look at chaga, we see very, very clearly that this is interfering and suppressing tumor necrosis factor alpha. So we've got very, very clear pathways that are being modified by the compounds in these mushrooms. So I do not believe that those are placebo effects. I believe that those are true physiological changes that are occurring. And again, we got to talk about the dose, the concentration, the purity, the consistency to see how that may be affecting someone's actual life. But as far as whether or not they actually have physiological changes in a known pathway that we can measure, the answer seems to be absolutely yes.